Red Dead Redemption 2. What can I say about this game that has not already been said? It's arguably the greatest game of all time. And you can see why. In my opinion, it's by far the greatest open world game of all time. The open world feels alive. The story is great. The gameplay is great. The characters are great. Everything about it is great. But have you ever stopped to think there's some deeper meaning to the game? There's some narrative it's trying to push on you. Well, I'm going to talk about that today. I'm going to analyze the game, its core theme, and how it illustrates this in game. So, without further ado, here we go. So obviously, I'm going to be spoiling the game's story. So go play the game if you haven't already, then come back, then you can watch the video. Thematically, Red Dead Redemption 2 has one core central theme that it's constantly pushing on you. And that is the battle of man versus change. This is change in a social sense, an economic sense, a world sense, all change. And Red Dead Redemption 2 shows the struggles of a man and his gang, a group of people. And it shows how they interact and how they try to stop this change or preserve their old life for as long as they can. Red Dead Redemption 2 is cut into 8 chapters, really 7 chapters, I guess. I'll go for all 7. Starting with, of course, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the epilogue. I count the epilogue 1 and 2 is 1. So yeah, I'll start with chapter 1. As for chapter 1, there's not a lot really going on. This chapter is mainly to set up the story, to introduce the player to game mechanics and the characters, and that's really about it. I didn't play Red Dead 1 prior to playing Red Dead 2, so this chapter is really important to me because I didn't know anybody. I didn't know who Dutch was. I didn't know who John Marston was or his significance. And Javier Bill Williamson. Just obviously it's a brave start because they could have started with the Blackwater robbery, but they didn't. They did this. But yeah, there's not a lot really going on. In chapter 2, there's no real actual conflict between Arthur or any other real gang members yet against change. Valentine is, of course, a small livestock town, so it's still a little old school, I guess. But there is a few oil derricks, which could represent change versus nature.
basically, this conversation is all about Arthur just being like, yo, this world doesn't want us no more. This straight up sucks. Yada yada yada, you know. I would also like to add, please excuse my outfit. Okay, I thought it looked hard. I realized it does not, and I changed it accordingly. And I look pretty dope after this. So, yeah, I'll let you listen now, though.
You okay, Arthur?
I guess.
You seem kind of worried.
Of course I'm worried.
What about?
The whole world's changing. Even I see that now. Our time is pretty much past. They don't want folk like us no more. This there rules will be damned with you. No more outlaws. No more killers. Now it's us being hunted. Oh, they ain't stopping. We went and made our choices a long time ago, so... I guess we gotta pay for our sins.
Oh, Arthur. What a sad world we live in.
Well, I ain't sad, Mary Beth. I'm realistic about what's coming. But I keep acting really crazy. I don't know.
Arthur. Oh, Arthur. You're the only one of these fools knows just how lost he is.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
Arthur here, he shares his views on his the way he sees the world about to change. And the key thing here is he says he's not sad about it. However, he is realistic about it. He knows what's about to happen. He knows his way of life will become obsolete. And he'll either have to adapt a new one, or he'll die with his old one, cherishing his old one. I also think he shows kind of anarchist views. The way he criticizes society for wanting to combat killers and combat outlaws is from our perspective. That would be a good thing. We don't want criminals, and we don't want murderers running freely with little opposition. But here Arthur likes it in a way. So I found that interesting. But now, in Valentine, there's a man who obviously was in the expansion into the West, the Manifest Destiny, and he killed some Native Americans. He refers to them as the R word here, and yeah. So I'm going to show that now.
Sure am enjoying watching you sweat over this.
Good to see you, mister.
Valentine?
I don't want
They
to see
should
any
have
more
called
trouble from
this
you.
dump
You hear?
Turd Town. I remember when this place was so wild, even the wolves was scared. The only thing to drink was fresh blood. Now, it's all about churches and shops and all this other bullshit.
Thanks for your assistance.
America, you're toast.
I'd have beat him up. But look at this cool hat that I got. I did not get this in my first playthrough. Just know that this channel does not support racism or bigotry in any way, shape, or form. So, I beat him up. I knocked him out cold and I took his hat after, obviously. But what this guy represents is the old world, in a way. Obviously, the older world, they weren't so compassionate about people. And he obviously shows that. And he shows this is a man who rejected change. This man, he wanted it to stay how the world was. He wanted the world to stay how it was. So, in doing so, we view him as stupid, a bigot, a racist, which, they all may be true, but to him, that's just the way life was. That's normalcy to him. So, it all matters about perspective. From our perspective, he's idiotic. He's stupid. From his perspective, this is just his way of life. And that's what change does. It changes people's perspective on things. And this is just one way it shows it. But there is one more thing I wanted to cover in Chapter 2 before I go to Chapter 3. In Chapter 2, there is, the mission where, you have a Jack, you have to go fishing, because John Marston is a terrible father, and Arthur's the cool uncle, and you have the interaction with the Pinkerton, so I just want to point out and dissect the Pinkerton interaction, so I'm going to do that right now.
Yes, Arthur Morgan, Vanderlyn's most trusted associate. You've read the files. Typical case. Orphaned street kid seduced by that maniac's silver tongue and matures into a degenerate murderer. Agent Milton, Agent Ross, Pinkerton Detective Agency, seconded to the United States government. Nice to finally meet. We know a lot about you.
Do you?
You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan. There's $5,000 for your head alone.
$5,000? For me? Can I turn myself in?
We want Vanderlyn.
Oh, Dutch. I haven't seen him for months.
That's so. Because I heard a guy fitting his description robbed a train belonging to Leviticus Cornwall up near Granite Pass.
Oh, ain't that a little old-fashioned nowadays?
Apparently not. Listen. This is my offer, Mr. Morgan. Bring in Vanderlyn, and you have my word you won't swing.
Oh, I ain't gonna swing anyways, Agent,
Milton.
You see, I haven't done anything wrong, aside from not playing the games to your rules.
Spare me the philosophy lesson. I've already heard it from Mac Callender.
Matt Callender?
He was pretty shot up by the time I got to him. So really, it was more of a mercy killing. Slow, but merciful.
You enjoy being a rich man's toy, do you?
I enjoy society, flaws and all. You people venerate savagery, and you will die. Savagely, all of you.
Oh, we're all gonna die, Agent.
Some of us sooner than others. Good day, Mr. Morgan.
Goodbye.
Enjoy your fishing, kid, while you still can.
So, this scene, really good. I really like this little cinematic cutscene. As the foreshadowing with Edgar Ross and Jack, which I find funny. More importantly, this scene, it introduces the Pinkertons as the antagonists, and more importantly, it shows them as an agent of change. These men want to install and establish order on the territories that Red Dead Redemption 2 takes place in. And so, to us, from our perspective, that's not good. We don't want that. laissez-faire with the law, and more importantly, we want things to stay the same. That's how they always were. But these men come in and they try to establish society and civilization, and
as the player, we sympathize with Arthur Morgan, and in turn, when we see this negativity that change is bringing him, we view change as the true antagonist of the game. So, yeah, I'm gonna go on to chapter 3 now.
Chapter 3. This chapter was dope. I like this one, except for all the racism. But, yeah. This chapter is probably the most important thematically to Arthur. What this chapter does, essentially, is it shows what happens if you don't submit to change, you resist change. And there's 3 things in this chapter I want to go over. One being the slave owner. 2, the town itself, the state of the town. And 3, the feud between the 2 families and its outcome. Alright, first off, check the trip out on Arthur Morgan for today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god. He is steamy, bro. Anyway, back to the video. So, when your first impression of Rhodes is, it's not too good. It's not too good. It's a little dirty. It's a little dusty. The people kind of suck. And, there's a lot of poop everywhere. I mean, there's a lot of poop in Valentine, but there's a lot of poop here, too. Okay. So, a little history about Rhodes is, it was a slave town. There was some slavery going on here. There was some corruption in the law going on here. There still is. Actually, there's more of it now. So, that's the history. So, it gives you an idea of the stigmatism of the people in it. And if you do, in fact, talk to the people in the town, they don't really like Yankees. And to me, Yankees are like the modern world to these southern folk. The Union coming in and establishing law, that was like this slap in the face, like, okay, yeah, you guys are gonna obey us now, and you guys are gonna basically become industrialized and yada yada yada, like that stuff. And so this town didn't want to. This town wanted to rebel. So they didn't submit to change, and that's why the town looks raggedy and trash all around. Because they did not submit to change. I think this is the game's way of telling you this is what happens when you don't submit to change. So yeah.
Alright, so I'm doing this part of the video during the day to meet certain people's deadlines. So, if you hear any cars or anything like that, no, it's not my fault. That's capitalism's fault. So anyway, we're gonna get into this dude. I think his name's like John Compton or something like that. It's close enough. Basically, you're introduced to him right here. He's drunk as balls on this bench, and you wake him up, and John Compton, you're like, oh, what's wrong, dude? He's like, oh, I lost everything. They took everything. Blah, 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 blah. The bank, everything. So, I'm gonna do this part a little differently, and I'm gonna make it look like I'm doing a live commentary, even though I didn't do a live commentary. I'm just gonna speak over it, and I'm gonna analyze some stuff as I go. I'm just gonna explain what it means, but I'm voiceover, and I'm just gonna let him do it. So, yeah, I'm gonna do that right now.
Repossessed by the bank.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I was supposed to live a different life.
Me too.
If only I could get my old things back. Personal mementos, a watch, old pistol, my ledger.
Where's this house again?
Thompson's Stead, north of Scarlet Meadows. Bank says I can't go near it. I'm living rough over by Harris Field.
Well, if I'm ever out that way, I'll see what I can do.
Time is hell.
Alright, so, when he said the time is hell, I think it clearly shows that he's a man disgruntled by change, and he's not a big fan of it. He likes the olden days. So I come up here, I'm like, okay, let me use the front door. Psych, so it got repossessed.
In the courts of the state of Lemoyne, we do hereby grant repossession of this property and all items herein to the Bank of Rhodes. M. Holden, Judge Holden, Henrietta Blackley, clerk, November 18th, 1895.
Alright, so I know his house got repossessed. So I gotta use the back door and do some parkour right here. And then I come over here and do some more parkour. Never mind, no I don't. I use the stairs. That door's locked, so I gotta go in here.
Ledger, watch.
He's got an empty bottle right here. So I'm gonna assume that he was a heavy drinker. That's also from the fact that he was passed out drunk. I'm gonna check this cabinet down here. Give it a go, look-see. Oh, there's some canned beans. I'm gonna continue over this way, and there's a family photo. You know, nice looking family, nice enough. And there's a little note on the back.
June 7th, 1855. Dear sir, please accept this likeness of your family as a small token of appreciation for your assistance in the recovery of my property. Like your old pa, you're a cunning old dog and a credit to this community. Yours, Colonel Joshua Nixon, the Ascension Plantation.
Alright, so yeah, nothing sus about that. Nothing sus at all. Nothing about the property. And no reason the property was uppercase.
Thanks indeed for your talk to our Sunday school class. Thought you might like this drawing young Josh did of you. He wants to grow up to be just like you. Sam.
Alright, so he's a family man. Okay. Let me check in here. There's a note right on over here. Let me get a look at it.
April 2nd, 1870. Dear Mr. Thompson, I'm afraid there's no more work for you down here at the plantation. I'm grateful for the help you've given us and the help your pappy and your pappy's pappy gave us before you. These are trying times for all of us. You are in our thoughts and prayers. Yours truly, Colonel J. Nixon, the Ascension Plantation.
Alright, so it looks like he lost his job. That kind of stinks. Found his pocket watch though, so that's good.
Your watch.
Put that in my
The
pocket.
ledger and the pistol.
I'm gonna search this cabinet. There's nothing in here. I gotta smoke real quick because it's a premium cigarette. I can get a cigarette card, so you know. I don't condone or condemn whichever one it is. Smoking. Smoking is very bad for you. Okay, put that in there. I got a card. I got breeds of horses. Search this desk. Blah blah blah. Nothing in here. I'm like, oh, okay. Time to go to. Nope, I'm not. I'm gonna look out the window. I don't know what I was doing right here. Now I'm gonna go into this room. Check it out, check it out. Oh, look at that. There's a ladder right there. Pick this bad boy up. Let's see what it says.
Paw, God damn it. Told you to stay away from the boy. He don't us want nothing to do with you. Rance.
Alright, so looks like his son sent him a message, or a letter. And that's what it said. Let me examine this. Oh, look at that. There's a trapdoor. No way. I'm gonna put this back in a second. Right now.
What you doing here? We found this place first.
No way. There's a bunch of squatters here.
Just looking around for some things.
Get out of town. No way.
Revolver yours.
Alright, get ready for some combat. Can't shoot me.
God damn it! Come on, Dad. Where are you going?
Alright, so this little pussy's gonna pull out a knife, so am I. I had to answer a question in social studies, that's what was going on there. You know, I'm messing up. Yeah, whatever, I'm getting stabbed. Pretty low. Now I'm in my A game. Yeah, slit his throat. This dude's coming over at me. Friggin' tackles me. Get off me. Alright, so I put that little boy on his booty. Yeah, get out of here. Watch this gun flip. Yeah. Woo, that was nice. Alright, but now I know there is a trapdoor here. Watch me put my hat on, though. Straight out of a cowboy movie. Yup. Get that on there. Alright, I'm gonna go take the pistol, you know, because he wanted me to get that for him. So I got the gap. I'm gonna go loot this dude, too. Even though I'm trying to get the thing open. Alright. Get it on open. Then I'm gonna go down here. You know. Oh, what's going on here? Slavery? Well, that's not cool, Mr. Thompson. That is not cool. Just look at his diary right here. It's pretty cute little diary. So we know about the property that he helped to get back now. So, you know, that's not too good. He's a dude. Let's check this ledger out. Oh, that's not too good now, is it? Come on, Mr. Thompson. Alright, so I'm gonna look around here. There's nothing down here besides, I don't know, that room. I don't like how that room looks. Come up here. And I actually forgot about this note. This is the first time I've ever seen this letter. I did not get this in my second, or third playthrough. This is the first time I've ever seen this. So, that's dope. Looks like he tried to get a job at the railroad, and that did not work out. I accidentally crouched here. I look like an idiot. Stand back up. You know, it's just a bunch of letters I already saw. So now I'm gonna go confront him. Alright, I'm gonna be quiet for most of this, but I just want to point out, look how funny he looks right now, because the tent didn't texture correctly, and alright, I'm gonna be quiet now.
Show some respect. I was respected once. I had a profession.
You asked me to get you something.
There's no bringing back what I want. I want my job, my pride, the respect accorded to a gentleman.
What about this old crap? Huh?
things. Don't you understand? Those bastards have changed everything. I was a good worker. I took pride in my work. They took it away. Pissed on my legacy.
Old man, some jobs ain't for saving. And some legacies,
Oh,
they are for pissing
what
on.
are you doing? That's my history. Ah! God. Damn you! Damn you! I still exist. Oh.
Alright, so he just bows his head. And if you kill him, you get good honor. But I wanted to kill him a little more, more flagrant. So just tied him up, and I thought of quite a creative way to kill him. But anyway, now to dissect this stranger mission. I think you need to understand the point they're trying to get across. I think that Rockstar's trying to say that change can be really good. You know? Like, it was a good thing that we got rid of slavery. And, and that men like this should not get to keep the olden days. Change is a necessity. And I think they show that really well here. But I guess I'll start talking about the ancient blood feud, whatever, between the Greys and Braithwaites. So basically, obviously it's modeled after Romeo and Juliet, with the two, Beau and the other girl. I forget her name. And it makes them look foolish, I guess that's what I'll say. It makes them look really dumb and stupid that they're still, caring about this blood feud that they have no idea what it's about. And it ends up ruining the town in its wake. So, yeah. This is a lot less connected to a world sense and more to a personal sense. In a way that, if you aren't to let things go, you aren't to turn the other cheek, if you aren't to change in yourself, you'll end up destroying a lot more than that individual thing. And that's what happens. The Braithwaite Manor gets burned down. I don't even know what happens to the Greys. I'm pretty sure a bunch of them just die. But I mean, a bunch of the Braithwaites die too. Calico Hall's still standing, but whatever. But yeah, it's a lot more on a personal level than on a world level. But nonetheless, it still connects to the theme. I think that's gonna do it for chapter 3 and part 1 of this video, this either 2 or 3 part video series. This is the first Chan art video on my account, so it's dope. I don't know if I'm gonna make more videos than just this. I might. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna finish editing this. Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna post it. That's gonna be dope. I'm gonna do a shout out to my Patreons at the end. Actually, I'll just do it now. Shout out to, Wheat for Patreoning. I think it's $5. That was dope. But yeah, that's about it. And now you can just watch Jeremiah Compson get blown the frig up. Thank you, and have